Hey guys, Haikrazon here, and I just wrapped up the new Diablo 4 season, Season 7, Season of Witchcraft, and this one went kind of quick. I think it's like day 5. Came out on Tuesday the 21st, so this one is definitely my fastest one. I think I probably could have got it done a good bit faster, actually, but, you know, work and life and stuff. But this season was super awesome. We'll get into that in a minute, but really I just wanted to talk about this build. This is hands down absolutely the easiest build I have ever played in my life on any ARPG, but specifically Diablo. I've been playing since Diablo 3 seasons, and this build is, it's honestly ridiculous. It's so easy. There's not even a rotation. You guys are seeing a Pit 100 run in the background here. No problems. Not the fastest moving build ever. Obviously, if you're playing Necro, you're not playing for speed. But you see there's no issues there. I'll throw in some Infernal Hordes gameplay as well, just to show you guys what stuff looks like on normal Torment 4, which is just a joke at that point. But like I kid you not, like watch the gameplay. There's no rotation. This is press a button, walk around for a couple seconds, press a button again. That's it. And the way the build works, you have to. You can't even spam your ability because you're forced to let the ability finish before you do it again. And while you're doing that, you go around collecting blood orbs to stay healthy and alive and do more damage. So we'll get into all that, but it's literally the easiest build I've ever played. No rotation at all. I am very, very far from optimized for this build, and again, I'll show you that in a moment. But like, this is so far from optimization. You don't need a rotation. You literally just brain dead, then click or press buttons. That button, right? One button. It's pretty crazy. If you want to competitively push pits, yeah, you can add in the rotation, and you would need to. But that's the whole point of this video, is that I want to talk about this build and how easy it is, and how you don't need to be optimized. You don't need to be sweaty. You can complete the season to its entirety, the journey, the battle pass, farm, in-game bosses, Ubers, like whatever it is you want to do, you can do that with this build without sweating. So it's crazy. It's awesome. A lot of people think that you know need to be in the upper echelon like Rax and Riker and DM and all them to like go hard, but you don't have to. It might not be competitive, but you can absolutely complete everything out, get all your cosmetics. The new season journey reward is a little pet raven, which is super cool if you like the cosmetic stuff. So yeah, let's go ahead and hop into the build. Alright, so let's get into the build here. I do have max rolls, Bloodwave Necro in-game guide up here. Shout out to the creator that did this one. Actually, all creators on max roll, they are geniuses and fucking awesome. So definitely check them out. But we have this here, and I'm going to show you guys some comparisons on why, again, you don't need to be sweaty this season, why you don't need to go crazy hard or anything like that. Because again, I am very, very, very far from optimized here, and I'll show you the comparisons. And again, you already saw it was doing perfectly fine on pit tier hundreds, and it's going to tackle any kind of Tormented 4 kind of content you need, bosses, getting your Resplendent Sparks, like whatever it is, right? So we're going to go over a couple things here. So yes, you will see right away I do have a mythic, but that I got that literally last night from late night rune trading after I already finished the season. Not the battle pass. I did wrap up the battle pass this morning, but I did all of the actual challenges, all the farming, all the headhunts, whatever you want to say with the ancestral bit right here. And then I just like to play around with the mythics, or if I'm going to carry into my buddies or anything like that. So yeah, I will make note of what's different there. And honestly, this chess piece is cool, but it's really not like that crazy. So I'm not going to spend a ton of time going over every single affix, right? That's totally useless. But I want you guys to see how far from optimized this build is, and you guys already saw how fine it was. And then I'll show you the season journeys complete and all that fun stuff as well. So if we look right here already, right off the rip, I have a helm, and it's GA landed on armor. Okay, not a huge deal. I mean, armor's cool, but it wanted CDR, cooldown reduction, on the build. And this build does revolve around cooldown reduction. And I did get pretty lucky on some other rolls. I'll show those off as well. But the cooldown really does help. And there's like one main throttle piece for this build, and I'll go into that too. But look, right off the rip, already not something that I needed. The chest piece, again, we can't really compare that one because I already trashed my old one. But nothing crazy. Max life, intelligence. Make sure you're doing your tempers right. That's the most I'll actually like go hard and optimize is when I pick up something with a new greater affix. I'll check it out, and then I'll start running my tempers on that. If I fuck up my tempers, I might still, no, I don't have a fucked up amulet anymore, but I had a fucked up amulet for a while because the tempers and it pissed me off. But it was still totally fine, right? So another pretty easy one there. Then on my gloves, I don't think any of this is fully maximized at all or optimized. If we look at the gloves, they want a crit strike chance. Nope. I have maximum life and attack speed. And attack speed is totally useless in this build because you cast your ult and you can't cast it again until it finishes. So totally useless on that one. I didn't get a lot of double GA gloves in this run. So again, far from optimized. Kissimmee. Or Cassimays, however you want to say it. I did get super lucky here, I will say. I don't think this is going to be like game breaking or anything, but I did get very lucky, both on my non-ancestral drop when I was first starting the build and my ancestral drop. If you see here, I have pretty high rolls on most of it. 85% on the maximum life, 366% out of 390, 19.5 out of 26, 41.6 out of 45. So I got decent rolls, and then I got the greater affix on Blood Wave cooldown reduction, which that is huge. You definitely want it there, and I was getting lucky on my tempers to land the bigger boost on that as well. Again, not going to be game breaking, but I did get very lucky there. Same with the lower rolls, 1548 out of 1588, 9.75 out of 10, 292.5 out of 300. So yes, I did get lucky there. I cannot complain, but you're still going to be able to run this build without getting any kind of crazy good luck with your GAs or your tempers or anything like that. Moving on to boots. Boots, they wanted... Oh, what is it? Oh, why does the build not even have... The build... Okay, well, okay, there it is. The build on the mythic side. They wanted armor. Did I get... No, I got maximum life and corpse tendrils. And corpse tendrils is part of the build, but it's not... I mean, like, again, no rotation. You just go around pressing your ult all the time, right? And then this one, I always wanted to do something a little bit better. They wanted max life, and they only have the one GA on here. Actually, I think I got lucky here as well because I got the GA on the overpower damage, and there's a lot of overpower going on with this build. So that's pretty okay. With title, I got 460 out of 480. That's another thing, too. Dude, all my aspects aren't even that great either. I do have a couple that are maxed out, but there's only one that really, really, really matters. The rest you'll still be able to do everything, no problem. I do want to point out, though, if you notice the runes here, I don't even have the right runes. I did all the way up until Mythic. Once you have Mythics, they want you to switch out. Like I still have Zanwat, which is... yeah, actually not even on this, on the Mythic side. But if you look here, it wants Zanwat on your chest and Bakazal on your weapon. That's what I have set up, right? That's okay. Well, on Mythic, they want you to switch over to Zanzal, which I do have, but I don't have Igni. I have Cax, but I don't have Igni. So I didn't even get to play around with this. But again, I'm not fully optimized, and I'm already done with everything, right? That's the weapon. Let's check amulet. I think my amulet, like I said, I fucked up my first amulet for a while because I had damage modifiers on it with GAs, but my tempers got screwed over, so that sucked. But they want coalesced blood with some CDR. I got damage. Damage is obviously always a fine thing. Ring, they want max life. I got more damage. And they wanted lucky hit on make enemies vulnerable. I do have a ring in the bank that's like that, but I still didn't use it. So, alrighty, post Haikrazon here because I am a forgetful bitch sometimes. That throttle that I was talking about earlier, the one thing that can really like prevent you from really getting things going, at least what happened to me here. I will throw some imagery on the screen as well as the Infernal Hordes in the background. One aspect, it's called Fast Blood. The roll, it can go from 1 to 3 seconds. You get cooldown for Blood Wave for every Blood Orb you pick up. One, I didn't get this naturally. Fortunately, you can go to a dungeon and grab it. Obviously, you're going to get the lowest roll on it, which is 1 second. That was a little bit brutal. While I was running the build with that 1 second, it was, yeah, it was kind of like kill stuff and grab what orbs you can, and hopefully you have enough by the time your blood wave ends, right? Fortunately, I did end up grabbing one at 2.5 seconds, which was more than enough. 3 seconds would have been awesome. Even that, I think, is like 16 out of 21 in the codex, so I'm sure you could grab some like 2.7s, 2.75s, things like that. 2.5 was perfectly fine. That's all the gameplay you're seeing. Has 2.5 on Fast Blood, which goes on one of the rings. But that was the throttle. Not having that makes the build very hard, and then having it only at 1 second makes it a little bit clunkier, where you're just kind of trying to kill time until your cooldown's off. If you're not going to build into CDR mega hard. Again, you saw some of my rolls where I was a bit luckier with CDR, but some items didn't have CDR on them. So make sure you really get that before you try to get online going into T4 pit pushing or anything like that. All right, post Haikrazon gone. Thanks. Alrighty, the point is TLDR, right? Very far from optimized. I don't even have the appropriate witch powers. I have everything but 2. Here, I will remove myself real quick so you guys can see that. This build wants, let's see, it wants Pronado, right? A lot of the builds want that. Never found it. And it also wants Aura Specialization. And I'll show you guys on the build right here. Wants Aura, well, where is it at? Aura Specialization right there. I don't have it. And then Pronado, I never got those two. I ran a bunch of them, as much as I could. The root holds aren't super common. But again, I don't have that. I didn't even max my Doom Orb. I didn't even max these until, I mean, you can see this one's 16 out of 20. So, again, very far from optimized there. And then Paragon, oh man, well, there's the rest of the screen. Paragon, I went normal. All of this stuff gets sacrificed. Again, I'm not going to go super heavy into the actual build because you guys can just follow this. But I wanted to point out how easy this build is without being optimized, right? You saw what it can do in the pits. I'll throw on some screen what you can do in the Infernal Helltides, everything like that. The Occult Gems are kind of tricky. I did manage to get my first one, I think, at Paragon, I don't know, like 150-ish, somewhere around there. It's not going to say what they are in here, but I did get the... oh, sorry, that's a common one. Yeah, while you have an aura active, you're... No, hang on. What? Where's it at? There it is. Okay, sorry. I was like, I couldn't find it. While you have Aura active, your ultimate skills are also treated as Eldritch Growth and Decay and Psyche, and then Ultimate Steal More. That's the Voice of the Stars, I believe, and then the second one for this build is Friend of the Bog. Didn't even get that far. Those take a while to grind out, for sure. But I am so far from optimized, and this build just destroys everything. Just walking around, doing nothing. This is the fastest I ever burned through T4. Again, I will... show you guys here. Season journey complete right there. I got through the battle pass, and I do always buy the premium battle pass, but I don't ever buy tier skips. This is the only game that I go hard enough to actually do things on. Now I don't have this 100%ed because I mean there's no reason for me to do that. I already got through the battle pass, so I don't need the extra rewards there. Some stuff I'm just like, I'm not a big fan of Infernal Hordes. I hate Nightmare Dungeons, so I did not do a lot of those. But yeah, you see, I actually got, 3 of them fully complete, and I'm missing a couple small ones. So I'm going to keep playing. I'm going to carry my buddies. I have an absurd amount of boss mats, just as a small thing here, just to show you guys. Don't make fun of my inventory. I'm a hoarder sometimes. Boss mats are ridiculous. And I've already used a ton. Like, I've already used a bunch, and I still have this much, and that's not even what's on me. Yeah, so boss mats are pretty crazy in this one. If you're struggling to get the Restless Rot, then obviously do the seasonal mechanics, right? Do the root holds, hang out in the witch hunts, or the head hunts, sorry. But what I struggled to find a video to tell me was in the head hunts, I don't think there's a whisper for it, but there's these weird cleansing totems or cleansing glyphs or something like that, where you just have to keep enemies out of it, and when you have a build that's going to clear, it's super easy. And that, honestly, that would usually give me like 200 to 400 Restless Rot every time I did one of those. So if you see those, definitely do them, even though if you're not getting an actual Grim Whisper or Grim Favor, whatever they're called. Yeah. Cool. So that's the build. Again, super easy. You can fully complete everything, get all your cosmetics, get all your titles, all your goodies, whatever it is. Help your buddies with bosses, doing whatever you want. I didn't do the raid this season. I did the raid last season, so I'm sure it's fine there, though, in Torment 4. But yeah, that's the build. Super easy. If you guys dig the video, I'd appreciate liking a sub to appease the YouTube gods. And comment down below if you guys want to see more Diablo-type content. So take it easy. Appreciate you. Love you now. Bye.